This is question number 14 on QZ5 for chapter 5. The figure illustrates the effect of an increased rate of money supply growth at time period T subscript 0. From the figure, one can conclude that. So here we're probably with the time pattern of the interest rate. Interest rate earlier is at the level of I subscript 1, and then after the increase of the money supply growth, starting from T0, interest rate gradually decreases to a lower level I subscript 2. So we know that when the money growth increases, money supply growth increases, there are four potential impacts. First is liquidity effect, which tends to lower the interest rate, and there are also the income effect, the price level effect, and expected inflation effect. And all these three effects tend to increase the interest rate. So whether the eventual interest rate decreases or increases depends on whether the liquidity effect or the other three effects dominate. But among the three effects, the income effect, price level effect, and expected inflation effect, the income effect and the price level effect tend to be slow. But expected inflation effect, whether this effect reacts slowly or fastly, quickly, it depends on people's reaction to the expected inflation. So if people react very quickly to the change in expected inflation, then this will take effect very quickly, and hence it can potentially dominate the liquidity effect, which will tend to increase the interest rate at least for a while. But then if the expected inflation effect tends to take effect slowly, which means that people react to the change in expected inflation very slowly, then this effect will be dominated by the liquidity effect. Hence, there's no increase in the interest rate. So going back to the question here, we can see that the interest rate gradually decreases to the low level. So there's no period that the interest rate is increasing, which suggests that the expected inflation rate tends to react very slowly. So we just look for the answer which manifests that discussion. Think that's if a liquidity effect is smaller than expected inflation effect and interest rates. So liquidity effect must be greater than expected inflation effect, because otherwise the interest rate will tend to go up. And hence B is also not correct. And C, liquidity effect is larger than expected inflation effect, and interest rates adjust slowly to changes in expected inflation. So this seems to be correct based on our discussion. And D, liquidity effect is larger than expected inflation effect, and interest rates adjust quickly. So we choose C.